Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of Crit the Bed. Apologies that we are a few minutes late with Annie has been feeling a bit under the weather today. She tried to make it on, but unfortunately her health got the better of her. But don't worry, she's absolutely fine. She just won't be on this session. But everybody else is. So hello to everybody in chat. Hello to everybody watching us on YouTube. And why don't we just go round the roundabout and introduce our characters first of all. So we have, I always don't prepare this, but I probably should. Let's just roll 1d4 today. Khalil.
That one.
Why don't you introduce...
That's me. Myself.
Yeah, it was yourself, but instead, why don't you tell us... what Ellie's character's name is, what Ellie character does, and what's Ellie's character's I don't know, favorite movie.
Favorite movie. All right. Ellie is our Pip, the Grung Ranger, with the sleepy skin, and I'm trying to think of frog movies. There's the Muppets. I feel like she'd like the Muppets, right? No, she doesn't like
I've
the
never
Muppets?
seen the Muppets.
Well, that's different than if you'd like it or not. You haven't seen any movies, so that's not.
What about the post-apocalyptic film The Postman?
The
Her being a messenger and living in a post-apocalyptic world.
That's certainly one way to go. I'm going to stick with Muppet Treasure Island as being her favorite, even though she doesn't actually know that it's her favorite.
No, that's great. So Ellie, can you introduce who is Josh's character? What does Josh's character does, and what would Josh's character's favourite movie be?
So Josh is Partatray, our Furbolg Druid. He throws up on everything and cries a lot and murders people. His favourite film. That's a really hard one because I feel like outwardly he would say like some sweet innocent kids film that's about like being friends, and the moral of the story is that you're the strength you need. And his real favorite film is probably like I mean I don't know any violent films because I've never seen a violent film, but like like a murderous rampage film.
Yeah. Taxi driver. Could be Taxi driver.
Yeah. So, Josh, what is the name of Aya's character? What does Aya's character do, or does? And Aya's character's favourite movie?
So, Aya is Aya. She's Aya Samar, our Asamar Paladin, alongside our resident tank in the hit points department of Pip. We have our resident absolute brick house. She basically smashes things, does cool things, and doesn't know who she is really. So I would probably say her favourite film. There's two angles I want to go for. There's two films. It's City of Angels. She wants to be Nick Cage, Fallen Angel, and all that. Except she hasn't found somebody that she loves. Or I'd say Memento because she doesn't know her history.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's very good.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Alice, who is Khalil's character. What is Khalil's character's name? What does he do? And what was his favourite film?
Khalil's character is Chad,
Lizard
Wizard extraordinaire, axe on arm, beheading folk, smells, has aged a lot since being with us, and sometimes meows at the moon. So with that in mind, it's quite an eclectic mix of genres, and we could go in any direction. But I feel like he likes like wizard films. Like he's secret. Like he would say that it's something really cool, but he actually like watches the Harry Potter movies every time they're on the TV.
Order of the Phoenix is the best. So.
What?
Wait, no, the other Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire is what I meant. Sorry, Order of the Phoenix is the best
Prisoner
book.
of Azkaban.
No, Order of the Phoenix is the best book. Goblet of Fire is the best movie. Come on.
Also, I can't believe you didn't say Grease for his favorite film.
Oh,
Of course.
yeah, missed that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've used grease.
Okay. So thank you. So last week we got straight into the battle for the third episode, a trifecta of violence. We join in as the Knoll occupying forces battle it out with our heroes. A fierce conflict ensues where both sides land decisive blows to each other, amongst Chad banishing the leader to a hot tub Five Guys, and Plata assuming the visage of a Knoll bodyguard to rescue Napnar, not informing the rest of the group, which turned on him. And that was a nearly perfect timing from Spoopy Milk Penguin, who submitted 25 bits to say Napnar, almost as I said Napnar. Meanwhile, both Chad and Pip slip into unconsciousness from attacks, but a force breaches the tavern and rescues the party, whisking them through the portal created in the trunk of one of the Keld trees. And that's where we start off our session today. A little bit of admin from last week. That all was done in initiative order, which does mean that I believe, Pip, you're still unconscious and still making death saving throws. So the first things first, I need you to do a death saving throw.
That's just a D20, right?
It is just a D20. 10 or higher, you're okay. You're
13.
okay. That's your second death saving throw success. One more and you are just unconscious and not bleeding out anymore. Of course, anyone else in the group, if they have a healing quantity on them, they can administer some triage to poor Pip.
I'll triage.
That would be nice.
I will give you 10 hit points.
Okay. Aya, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please? Pip, you do have 10 hit points. Yeah, and you're fine.
Thank you, Aya.
Yeah.
Can I do? Is Napnar with us now? Like, do we know that Napnar's with us now? Or
Yes. Napnar is currently in Parter's hands. Parter was looking like a Knoll, but I believe you said last time that you changed back into Parter as you're running towards.
Once the tree trunk was opening,
Yes.
kind of carried. But I was carrying rugby ball stars, so he's under my arms.
Yeah.
I'll give another 10 to Napnar. I don't even know
Okay.
how many. I don't know if he needs them, but just he looks a
Just
bit.
give them to him.
I mean,
He is kind of groaning as he's being flung around underneath.
What does Napnar sound like when he groans?
Oh.
are you sure that's when he's hurt?
Don't finish that.
Not sure.
Yeah, that's all you can hear. Just, oh.
No, let's move on.
Yes. So you managed to go through the tree trunk. It's all very ethereal and, as I said before, it's sort of green and brown mist. And they've got these like motes of seedlings that float through the air as you pass through this trunk. It all kind of goes dark for a very brief second, like you've had a particularly long blink, but your eyes are open. And suddenly then you are ejected into a glade. You all kind of like stumble as your feet are at a different level as they touch the floor again. And looking around, looking behind you where Keld was, there is just a big oak tree standing kind of in the middle of this glade. And there are two other individuals that weren't with you originally that seem to be flanking the tree. They have longbows out, notched with an arrow pointing at your group. But as soon as they recognise the people that have rescued you, they slacken the bow and they don't fully put it away, but they do stand off guard. And Nekin Travier, the drow mayor of Keld, nods to them and walks up to one of them and starts talking to them. The rest of you are kind of a bit discombobulated, but you appear to have teleported far enough away that you can't see Keld anymore.
Didn't you have a thing with Neck and Travier?
Yeah. Who all was it? We had Nekin, we had Napnar, we had Va. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you've got Ver.
3 X's in a room.
There is a small black cat there as well that just starts washing itself in amongst the long grass. And then there's a person that you've never seen before, a human with tan skin, stands about 6 foot tall, has quite a well-kempt but long beard, long hair, and is just wearing a pair of pants.
At least someone's wearing pants.
And sort of like shin-high boots as well.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to Nekin.
Okay.
What?
Oh wait, no, Va. Oh shit. Oh no.
You see that Necken, when she walks over to one of the two people that were flanking the tree with the longbow, she walks over with a limp. She's using a cane to get around now, whereas she wasn't before, last time we saw her. And when you look at her as well, she turns around after making sure that everybody got through okay, and you see that the left-hand side of her face is heavily mauled. So there are like bite or scratch or slash marks all over her face. So deep. They're healed, so they're not open wounds, but where the skin is healed, it's still revealing a lot of the musculature underneath the skin. And you can actually see sort of the left-hand part of like her upper and lower teeth on the left-hand side. It's a little bit sort of two-facey. And she's wearing an eye patch as well over that left eye.
Cool. Well, if Neckin's busy talking to somebody else, I don't think Va is going to be a wellspring of information, but I feel like I should at least go thank her.
Say hi.
Yeah.
We're watching. Go on then.
Everybody goes silent.
Nobody else is going to talk to anybody? All right.
Nope.
I would like to sidle up to Va, give her a little, like a thank you nudge.
Okay.
Thank you, nudge.
When
Yeah.
you nudge her, like she's not looking in your, she's not watching you move up to her. She's sort of scanning the horizon, making sure that you haven't been followed or that nobody's discovered their current location. And when you nudge her, you see her just instantly tense up, and you even hear the creak of her strong hands as it grips the two-handed battle axe tighter, and she sort of whips around at you and just looks at you with fury in her one good eye, which is heavily bloodshot. And she kind of relaxes a little bit, but still keeps the battle axe raised, and she's still heavily panting as well from the exertion from the rescue. It's been only a few seconds since you've come through the tree.
She's not seen your axe yet, has she?
No, I'm gonna wave with my axe hand at her.
She's gonna
So
love it.
you
Yeah.
raise your axe up to her, and she does take a defensive stand back as you start waving the axe in her face.
Not like waving.
No, but you are
but
waving.
Just like, yes, just waving the axe.
Not waving, but waving.
But waving. Yeah.
Yeah, but you do raise an axe up
I
at
do-
her
I do raise an
after
axe
being
at her.
close enough to nudge her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say, hey.
This is
what-
so awkward.
That's so
I,
long.
it was. I know, and well now she's all mauled. Thanks for saving us,
She gives you a harumph.
Harumph. Don't wait up for me to figure out where we are or what's happened. She's not the most conversational, so I'm gonna ease into this one.
Okay. That's what they said.
That is what she said.
Meanwhile,
I'm-
everybody's kind of like staring at you. Like the one guard that's not being talked to is kind of watching this awkward interaction. The guy that's just wearing pants that is heavily tanned with the long hair and beard is kind of just smiling, grinning, and looking around everybody. And then the rest of you, why don't Pip, Parter, and Aya roll a perception check for me, please?
Sure thing, Tim.
Thank you.
18 plus 5. Ooh, 20, 23.
24.
23, 24, 23, 24, 19. Well, all of you see it then. As you, as Vert and Chad sort of very abruptly end their conversation and like look around and see everybody looking at you, you all like immediately avert your gaze away. And as you do that, you all clock just on the other side of the tree where you came through. There is, when the tree sealed up behind you, there is the blade of a dagger sticking out of the tree. So the handle's inside the tree, but the blade is sticking out of the tree.
Like someone threw it after us.
It looks like someone could have thrown it after you. Yeah.
Well, I feel like Keld isn't our problem anymore.
You also notice that Mike's not with you.
Oh no.
That's that. Maybe she's just invisible. She does that sometimes. I'm just going to start reaching out.
I really don't want to have to go back there.
I'm going to go check the blade just to confirm if it is hers or somebody else's.
Roll an investigation check.
Investigation. Plus -1. Damn, maybe I shouldn't have done it. 12.
12 in total.
12 in total.
It could be hers. You might need to extract the knife itself to be a bit more sure. It's certainly not the fancy one that she usually uses, but it could be that offhand dagger that she uses sometimes.
I'm not sure it's a birthday present, but it could be the other one.
Can I ask Nicken if the dagger was there before we came through, or if it's new?
Yeah, she's by this point finished talking to the guard, and is much like Ver was, making sure that nobody else has followed them through. So she's walked back towards the tree. When you ask her the questions, she goes, "No, this is not here when we came through the tree to rescue you."
But if that's Mike's knife and she's not here, that means she's in Keld.
But we just left Keld.
No, it is. I can tell you that from casting the spell, I know how many people traverse with tree stride, and she definitely came through with us, but she did not appear on this side. So I know for a fact that she entered the tree system, but she is not here anymore.
How big is the tree system? Does it go anywhere else?
I mean, you kind of pass through an extra dimensional space, so I don't know. This has never happened to me before.
Is she going to be alright? Is she safe if she's flying around in there? In the tree?
I'm afraid, my friend, I do not know. All I do know is that we are not safe out here in the open. We have to get to the hideout before any of the scouts find us. I am sorry, but we cannot linger here.
Let's take the dagger, and then if it is hers, we can use it to look for her.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout.
Before we leave, can I say, Mike, if you're here but just invisible, can you throw a rock at Jad?
Ver picks up a rock and then thinks better of it and then drops it.
Good old Ver.
That's my girl.
Okay. So Mike is not here. But...
Yeah, can you roll an just a strength check?
7 plus strength plus 4, so 11.
11 is just enough that you need. You grab the knife by the blade and you pull. You put your foot on the trunk and you slowly hear the bark cracking and creaking, and you yank it out. You do take 1 point of damage as your hand gets cut up from the blade itself, but you now have the dagger in your hand.
Nice.
I am definitely in need of a rest and recovering because I've got 10 hit points. So I think what you think would be wise to get to safety and then hatch a plan.
Necken says, follow me. It is a few hours track from here. And she sets off.
I go, make the cat follow me.
Yeah, Can we also do that to the dragon in the sky? Or I can send, I'll send a very sickly looking Kenko off to find.
I feel like Bando is more likely to come back alive. So
fine.
Maybe I should send Bando.
You send Bando, but you can see that easily can't keep up. Like this fly speed can't keep up.
Okay, I'll send Bando on top of Kenko.
Okay.
No.
What's Kenko's flying speed?
80.
80. Okay. Interesting. Certainly is. What did you say? Fast what?
half-dead eagle thing.
Oh, right. Thought you said something else then.
Oh, no.
Don't know why. It
Did
didn't
we
sound like
leave?
it.
Did we leave Sebastian with the dragon?
Yes. Yeah, he was flying above.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, now we're in a different
He
dimension.
is having the time of his life.
Free.
Oh, when you say dragon, you mean the Drake, don't you?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then you're fine. Yeah. Bando can go, and with Kengo, the two of them can go and try and find the Drake, where I'm assuming Sebastian's just screaming back of it because he has no control over the Drake.
He's having a good time.
Is it likely the Drake will eat him?
No.
I don't know.
It's a vegan Drake.
As
remember?
as Parter, you it wasn't the vegan one, unfortunately. It was the
Family size,
family
right?
size
Yeah.
luxury Drake, which is a carnivore. Because you suggested it, I feel like you should just roll it now, Parter. So if you can roll a d20,
Oh, come on.
What did you
Hate
say?
you.
it'll only happen on a 1. I'm not that cruel.
Yeah, but Potter doesn't have the bet. Oh, thank God.
Okay, it's fine.
5.
Yeah, he's just having a really bad time.
I'm gonna just stop asking things.
And because they can move quicker than you, it's about an hour and 20 minutes into your hike. But Bando, Kenko, and the Drake, with Sebastian kind of like a weary throat sword. With a sore throat, not. I don't know why I said throat sword.
Throat sword.
But his throat is sore. Lands kind of off to one side.
Phew. Can I ask just straight faced what happened?
Knows happened.
Is that what happened here?
She nods.
This happened. I did this to myself. And I show her my axe arm.
She nods.
Oh, I thought that would do a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, it's certainly not a. She's not picking up a rock to throw at you. So
But that's good.
Yeah.
What
she looks
what
at
happened?
it with respect.
I love that Tim changed the responses to make you feel better.
Yeah, it's working.
Well, the nod was kind of respectful, but I guess with your reaction, oh, I wish she had that. I guess I was being a bit too subtle with her. It's hard to impress, but you feel that a nod is a pretty good thing to get from Ver. She's not easily impressed.
I'm just planting seeds.
Yeah.
That's all.
You do upon study, you do realise that the axe that she's handling as well is the one that was above her bar, in the pub of the Wretched Serpent. But she is combination of your past encounters plus what's happened here, plus her general disposition has kind of made her quite reserved. You don't know what she's seen or what's exactly happened, but she is keeping her cards close to her chest, as it were.
Well, good thing I am the whatever of cards. That was it called.
Okay, I'm glad that the god that you're now associated with is
Piranuptra.
Yeah,
That's the one.
adherent of Piranuptra.
Adherent. That's the word
That's
I couldn't
the
remember.
Can I just say that Supermapling in the chat said stop sowing your seeds everywhere, chat.
Make me.
Also like to thank Snape RL, which I assume is Snape real life. Thank you very much, Snape. And I'll see you on Satisfactory tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's what you get if you subscribe.
Yeah.
You get an hour of me working on my factory build in Satisfactory tomorrow.
It's very exclusive.
It is indeed very exclusive. You have to be called Snape RL to get that kind of content.
So, do we want to ask this group anything? How did they survive? What is this hideout? Where are we going? How do we get back?
If we ask them fun facts, we have to kill them.
Well, is that really what we agreed on?
Like a rule.
If we ask somebody a question, we have to kill them?
Yeah.
I would like to know more about this group of ragtag revengers.
Who's the beardy naked man? Ask her that.
That was going to be my last question.
Okay.
And why is he only wearing pants?
Yeah, where's his shirt, weirdo?
You're also not wearing a shirt, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm the guy that doesn't wear the shirts around here.
He's got a very similar amount of clothes to Chad, you realise at this point.
It's so embarrassing. You're wearing the same thing.
He's going to have to change. Yeah, I'd like to ask where we're going. What happened? How do we get back Keld? And is Napnar okay? I want to hear more from Napnar.
Okay. So, when you ask where you're going, instead of answering, she just takes one hand off of her axe, which is pretty good, because it means like at least she's somewhat.
No.
Oh, thank you, Spoopy Milk Penguin, for playing Napnar.
Nah.
It's always disturbing when I hear that in my own ears.
Also, my mum just said that she can't stand shadow and fire encounters. It's like touching cotton wool.
But I love touching cotton wool. Therefore,
Ooh,
there'll be
no,
many
it's fun.
counters. Really, is that a thing that people don't like touching cotton wool?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
If
don't
you
know.
squeak it, together, it makes your teeth go a bit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like,
It's a bit like biting into
No.
to ice with your front teeth.
Thank you, Badgers and Spoons, for playing Napnar, I guess. I feel like that's an encouragement of like maybe let's not talk about cotton wool. Maybe let's talk about the campaign. So
You're delaying again.
with that, she points towards the general direction that you're walking at the moment. She goes, a safe place. In
Napnar,
answer
is that true?
Napnar, so you've cast, I believe it was 10 hit points of recovery on him. He is now conscious, and that's why he was sort of groaning underneath Parter's supervision. Parter, are you still carrying him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 25. You're cradling him like a child. He is kind of like a cattail to the face.
Sorry, the cat is literally
A bit like that.
ever since
Napnar's like leg goes up and sort of hits Parter in the face. He's kind of like drifting in and out of consciousness. You see that though you've healed him and he is no longer like looking quite as bad, he is malnourished because healing him won't kind of cure that. He also has a bunch of healed, like scabbed over and healed up scars on him as well. Sort of all over him, really. So he is looking a bit worse for wear. And you try and talk to him, but you don't really get much out of Napnar at this point.
I've got healing word as part of all this is like one of the two benefits besides lopping people's heads off is I can do healing word.
Yeah.
Can I give him healing word?
Sure, how much does the healing word do?
1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
does anyone have
Oopsies.
food as well?
I was gonna say I've got cure wounds and then I can give him some
4.
food.
Plus
Um,
4.
So you give him another 4 hit points, so he's up to 14. You feel at this point, now you've cast a couple of healing spells on him, that he's kind of topped off at this point. He doesn't need to be healed anymore, but it's more like malnourishment, sort of brutal treatment that he suffered, and it's just it's a case of this is as much as magical healing can do for him. He now needs to build up muscle strength, eat food, drink water, and rest now.
Napnar.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him.
Well, let's get this boy tucked in.
But with the 4 hit points, with the healing word, is that a ranged or a touch spell, by the way?
I believe it is. Sorry, it's loading.
What's do you think of that?
Ranged. Sorry.
It's ranged. I mean, you can still touch him if you want to.
Mine was very
Sure.
much.
Yeah, you had to like grip his face.
Well, then mine's gonna be touching.
Okay, so yeah.
You know,
You just grab his little face and touch it, and as you grab his little face, he weakly raises one hand up and like a baby grabs your little finger,
Oh,
and then kind of just passes out.
I have natural explorer as a feature.
Natural.
I have
Gnap.
natural explorer as a feature. So as we're walking, can I just be foraging for food
Yeah, sure.
to help him?
Are you looking for meat or vegetables, berries, fruit, that kind of stuff?
Probably
Mushrooms.
just like natural.
Yeah, so you like picking things up, like something that looks like a purple corn. You grab like these really oversized, like fist-sized but pink raspberries that you find as well. So each one's like the size of a plum, but it doesn't have like a core in it. Sorry.
Can I assess what she's picking as she?
I was going to say, I only pick things that I recognise.
Yeah, of course.
You can also use Sebastian to test food. He's not doing anything else. So
first of all, Ellie, do a survival check with advantage because you're in a terrain that you are familiar with.
Just while she's rolling that, Spoopy in chat did suggest something which I was contemplating, but I've used my spell slot, which was putting on Hero's Feast just for now.
Nice.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hero's Feast is probably could feed him over like 200 times.
So Ellie, yeah, you do gather a few things. Parta, why don't you roll a nature check as well?
I will.
Well, not as well, but nature check.
At least it's not happened to campaign where all our food got stolen by dicks again.
True.
Just
Also,
call me the nature boy.
With Natural Explorer, I find twice as much food while foraging.
You come back with a handful of stuff. Parta, you're what's your age again? What's your age?
I'm 46. I'm
46. Yeah, you've been around for a while. You have interacted with quite a few different species. You notice a pip sprung back. A few things that would be fine for the majority of you to eat, but for a gnome that is injured, you're like, that might be a bit like rough on his disposition right now. So you start picking and choosing like what Pip gives you, and then you just like squeeze one of the plum-sized raspberry berries into his mouth and sort of feed him like a mother duck.
Hey, that was good teamwork.
You did really well there, Pip. Yeah. I'm really proud of what you did and what you picked.
And I'm proud of you for double checking it.
And I'm proud of our little man for fighting through all this.
And I'm proud of us for getting this far.
And I'm proud of everything.
That doesn't hear then.
I'm proud of Sebastian for riding a drake all by himself.
He's not even here, so you don't have to pretend.
Yeah, he landed about 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
It's been here though.
And he
Listen to
We've
us.
got Natnar back. We don't care about.
and he's just
stuff.
like
We should die.
he's shivering as well because he's been the drake's taken him quite high up in the air.
We've literally just come from the tundra.
It's just
I
such a whiner.
throw him. I'm going to throw him my my fur-lined hobgoblin coat.
Okay.
And just say
It just like
Put that
completely
around
covers
you.
him because it's your size, and it just
Yeah.
like covers
Oh,
him
we
like a
got
tent.
something to complain about.
He
I got it for the tundra, didn't I? I
yeah,
want it back though. You don't go messing yourself in there.
Oh,
he sheepishly puts it on, and it drags behind him like a wedding train.
oh.
Not any scuffs on it either, right?
He hastily picks up the back and kind of holds it around him in the front like a bouquet.
I love how you
Better.
give it to him and then you're like, stop it, stop wearing it.
Actually, give it back.
That's much
Actually, I really
better.
like that coat.
Here are some berries. I'm going to throw him whatever Natnar wasn't able to eat.
Okay, you throw him like a what looks to be like a really gnarled, knobbly almond.
Don't eat it all at once. It's a treat.
We can't just kill Sebastian now that we've
No.
got Napnar back.
We're not killing Sebastian.
I'm not killing him. It's
He's-
sustenance. It's slow burning carbs.
Sebastian looks really scared when you start talking about killing him.
I just look at him going,
Starts sweating.
We're building character, that's all.
Yeah.
is he legend?
Think of the stories he'll have to tell.
Eat it. I'm going to enjoy it, I promise.
He like chomps on this almond, but it's the outside of the almond is almost as thick as like a walnut shell, and so his teeth are just scraping against the outside, and he's like shaving off slivers of this nut, and he goes, mmm.
We'll get you more of them later then, okay?
Gives you a thumbs up.
right.
But his thumbs
go
up
to
are like really half-hearted like this.
I am starting to hate him.
No,
No,
let's quickly
let's go to the
move on.
safe house before you lose your temper.
I'm not going to lose my temper with him. Yet. No, I'm not. No.
Safe house. Safe house.
Maybe he could become a maid.
Oh my god.
Mate.
Yeah.
So fast forwarding, you
There we go.
get to a first of all you hit a tree line, and then the tree line turns into a dense forest. You sort of meet a few more scouts. They've mostly got ranged weapons. Necken is at the forefront, and you see that she talks to a couple of them at one point. They stay where they are on guard. They do assess you as you walk past, and one of them, spits at Pip's feet as you walk past.
Oh.
See?
Slap him in the face.
I'm gonna. How big is he?
He is an elf, so he's about 5'4".
Should we all spit on him?
Yeah.
Is this like the pee thing all over again?
Sit at his feet.
We all pee on him.
Let's just create an outline of his. No, let's not pee on him. An outline of his foot with our spit.
No, I'm just gonna take the heel of my foot and just slam really hard down on his foot
His
as I
foot.
walk past.
Okay, roll to hit. So be
Oh, no.
a d20 plus your strength modifier.
No, don't spit on him. Just let me stamp his foot.
If you kill him through a foot stamp, that's impressive. Just quickly as well, Spoopy can't quite believe that Part is 46. So just for reference, for anybody that doesn't quite know, Furbolgs, according to Tim and according to Law, can live till like 200. So 46 is like 20, early 20s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you'd say like early sort of 19, 20, 21 type of for a Felborg.
that's why his emotions are all over the place. I'm still finding myself.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am yet. I'm just still looking around, learning.
The murder years, they call
Yeah.
it.
Like your salad years, but your murder years for a Felborg. It's going to get out of your system. It's like a Vulcan pun far.
It's a good 5 years of my life I've got this for.
I think he also asked how old the rest of us are.
That's a good question.
Pip is, I think we said she's 17, and
Yes.
she's basically on what we know as our gap year.
Yeah.
Gap year.
Gap year.
Yeah.
Nap now. Nap now.
Stop.
No, gap year.
Nap now. Gap year.
Aya does not have any memory of her birth.
Yeah.
What now? She
I
knows
don't-
she's at least however many days have passed on her arm old.
Yeah, she's 93 days old.
So she's
So
probably
93,
actually
an old lady.
like 4,000 years old at the same time.
Potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be just maybe that was my egg. Maybe I
Yeah,
just
maybe you are literally 93 years old. Who knows how Celestials are born these days?
These days.
but at least 93 days. So.
Yeah.
And how old's Chad?
Well, Chad's looking up Chad's age, and so far he's discovered that his size is medium.
That's good to know. Means you fit in a
Chad's
5 foot by
days
5 foot
are
square.
ruined.
I'm pretty sure lizards don't live that long. I think they live to like 60. And I was worried that I aged 60 years when I got my axe.
You did.
So presumably I'm on my deathbed.
I mean, Spoopy called it at 56, 57 then.
I think you're right. I think you're pretty close to it.
Are you like hobbling around now? Or how are you like fighting and stuff?
It's wheezing.
Yeah.
You're like,
Good thing I've got this axe. I'm old. I'm old as most lizards get.
Yeah, lizards, for a matter of fact, do rarely live longer than 60.
Yeah. So I'm
Wow.
pushing.
Breaking new
Ancient.
ground.
Yeah, I better make some more eggs. Plant those seeds, right?
Right there.
You got Necken.
You're really
So yeah,
invested
You
in
aged 27 years.
Sorry.
And I was
when you
20
grabbed.
to begin with.
Yeah, so you're
right?
47, so you're 13 years away
Oh,
from
you've
death.
got a few years left in you.
See, we're soulmates. We're soulmates, the same
That's
age.
just it.
Ish.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
I've got no arm. You've got no arm.
The prime of my life.
So you're the equivalent of, in human years, maybe about sort of late 50s, early 60s.
But what is that in dog years, Tim?
Like 1,000.
And what is
No,
that in
wait.
crab years,
10.
Tim?
Yes, Tim.
Crab years, one. They only live 1 year, so every year is 1 year.
Every
Years a year.
Happy
I'm
first
11
birthday.
months in crab years.
Legendary crab ears. Or...
There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder you
You're,
smell.
you're 1/2 Earth years. If you're a legendary crab, so as long as the Earth has been alive, you're 1/2 that.
Now we know.
For they are the most powerful creatures.
I rolled a 12,
Okay, good to know. In total, plus your
Yeah.
strength modifier.
which is 0.
Oh, plus 0. Yeah, so you try and stamp down on his foot, but he just turns away from you and moves his foot away, and you just stamp on the leaves on the ground.
Why is he such an arsehole? I have such a hatred of him, violently, and I'm having to force myself to walk away.
He's got like pale skin. He's got grey eyes and sort of grey with green flecks in it. He's got auburn hair that's pulled back into one of those half ponytails where like the back part of his hair is long and down his back, but the bangs are like pulled back and then braided at the back.
I hate that so much.
Did any of us see this?
Why don't you roll a perception check, everybody else? But Khalil with disadvantage because of your axe.
Everybody.
Well, I was the one that remembered. I got it too.
Yeah. Also got 2.
Guys.
Parter.
Hang
How'd you get on?
on.
You're on your own, Pip.
Not paying any attention.
11.
11. No, not really. No, none of you really see it. Only Pip Pip's like straggling behind, and like maybe it's because she is the last one. He just like looks over and just spits on the floor in front of her. She tries to stamp on it, just stamps on the leaves, and then he just kind of pirouettes away and goes back on guard.
Pip, watch where you're walking. Don't step on his foot.
Warning shot, right?
A snail
Did
goes
he
to
seem
sleep.
Did he seem to notice that I tried to stamp on his foot?
Yeah, he actively moved away.
Should we not trust where we are? Wait, I didn't perceive it. Never mind. I rolled a 2. It was almost as bad as I could have rolled. So I'm walking right into this potential trap.
As he... Can I just like...
Yeah, he can one of
That's not
those, but
threatening.
he's already like walked away and gone back on guard and not even looking at you guys anymore.
Oh, this made me so angry. Okay, we carry on, but I recognise his face.
Okay.
And I have a vendetta.
Ask him his name and a fun fact so we can kill him.
Is there any more guards along the walkway?
So
The carpet that I
you've
assume
met,
we're walking down.
yeah, you're on the floor of this forest. It's kind of turning a little bit autumnal here. So it's full of deciduous trees, and they've only just started to turn yellow and start falling on the floor. But there's still a lot of greenery around. You're picking your way through this. There's no real path to follow. You are just following Necken. And occasionally she is meeting these sentries. Like this is the 3rd set that she's met. The first set was at the tree that you came through. The second set was at the border of this tree line. And this is the 3rd set that you met, and that's the one that kind of spat at you.
When we get to the next set, I would like to say hello to one of them.
Okay. So when you get further into the woods, you get to like a large-ish tree, comparatively to the rest of it. And Necken picks up her cane that she walks with and starts like tapping it on the trunk. And as it does that, the foliage around, like there's some branches and some shrubbery and some of the leaves that are on the floor, shift to one side, and there is a rope that was previously hidden, pulls upwards, and this platform kind of emerges from this hidden area from the floor and hovers about a foot off the floor. Necken steps up onto the platform and beckons for the rest of you to climb aboard, as Va and the rest of the group follow Necken.
Well, we have no reason to distrust them just because one of them is a bit of a douche.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
We just
I
saved
guess
it.
we
Could just let us die. So.
Yeah.
For a minute, I thought, Alice, I thought you were going to say, like, we save here before stepping on the platform. So save point is here, just in case.
Yeah, that's
Checkpoint.
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah. You just leave, like, facsimiles of yourself down on the floor and you climb aboard. You can respawn to here at this point. Okay, yeah, you all step aboard. And the platform sort of creaks. It looks sturdy, but certainly recently and hastily made. You don't feel like you're going to fall through it. But as soon as the last of you climb aboard, Necken gets the opposite end of her cane, so that she's now got the hooked end that she grabs onto, and she starts hitting the top of the rope, sending vibrations up to the tree. And when you look at the canopy, the rope disappears all the way up through the foliage, and you start getting winched upwards. It's a very slow process and quite awkward because everybody's in like quite close proximity to one another, and it takes a good 5 minutes to ascend the 60 or 70 feet. But when you do, revealed up above the tree branches, there is a network of tree houses here.
This looks like Keld in its more established days.
It looks a little bit Keldish, yeah. That certainly does have that aesthetic, although it does not have the refined look and feel of it. It's very much like they've just made some walls out of what they could do, and then covered the roofs with leaves and branches and other sort of wattle and daub style paste that they can get together, and it's just like a little bit of a shantytown up here. Necken steps off and goes into the branch system and starts walking up. There is a bunch of ropes that are tied to the branches that she uses as a guide rail.
Feel like we should get some sleep, but I'd also like to get the story from Necken and this group about what the plan is, because I can't imagine that they just want to live in the trees for the rest of eternity. And whether or not that dagger was Mike's, they were following us, and I want to make sure that we're not once again screwing over New Keld. Is it called New Keld? I assume it's called New Keld. We're founding it New Keld.
Yeah, it's called...
We're the founding fathers.
Yeah, it's already been abbreviated to Knuckled.
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 That's cool.
I think we should try to find a place to regain some hit points, but also
Yeah, I definitely need
sort
a
of
rest.
get this full story, because we haven't gotten it since we've been spitting and stomping around for the last hour.
Yeah, let's see if we'll have breakfast with us until in the morning, and we can sleep and let that man sleep.
So as you, I guess, Chad, do you lead this conversation?
Have we slept, or is this?
No,
just
I mean
us?
you
Okay,
haven't.
yeah.
You literally haven't said anything to anyone yet about you should sleep, but you're just standing on this branch system.
I'm deep in thought in my own head.
Why am I so tired?
Somebody should do something about this.
Yeah.
Can I try to get Necken's attention? She seems like she's on a stump.
Yeah. She is a lot more slow moving than she used to be because of the cane, but she hasn't stopped since you met her.
She gave us our badges, right?
Yes.
Necken, we've returned, and obviously you saved us. Thank you. I haven't got a chance to catch up with you. We could probably use a bit of a sleep, but we also don't want to bring hellfire upon Knuckled. Is there a place that we can rest and speak? Is that where we're going? Are you taking us to our deathbeds? What's happening?
She turns to you, and when she gets to the apex of another branch system, so you're standing on part of the trunk that splits into many different branches, so you're not like discussing this on a very precarious branch. And she turns to you and goes, "Yes, we are taking you to somewhere that you can rest. We figured that you look fairly battle-worn, and we won't get any answers from you until you have had a good rest. That is where I am taking you now. But we will talk more in the morning."
You know us well. Family, should we sleep? Should we leave somebody on guard?
We should sleep, but before she leaves, I'm just gonna like tug on her coat and go, "One of the guards spat on me."
Why don't you roll a persuasion check for me, please?
I'm not above dobbing people in.
Under your breath.
Under my breath.
It was the auburn-haired elf man. Yes.
Oh, I only got a 7 off the persuasion.
She shrugs at you.
Do you not care?
Don't tell. Everybody else has their own opinion of what's happened. It is not something that I'm surprised at, if I'm honest. But as I said to Chad, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I am quite weary with being out all day, and I must also get some rest.
Well, that's not very kind of you.
I think we should keep somebody awake at night.
Okay.
In our sleep.
But not me, because I died. I need to sleep.
We can take turns or have the pet. Like I could ask Kenko to stay up,
Yeah, do that.
and then just like
Or
wake us up if someone tries to mess with us. Or
Kenko looks really sad when you tell him that he can't rest. He's like,
just get Sebastian. Get Sebastian to keep
Potter,
watch.
you gave me a feast last episode, so I've got. I don't have spell slots, but I have hit points.
No, we want you to have spell slots just in case shit hits.
definitely need.
I think we should make Seb.
I love that, like that. Sebastian means less to us than an imaginary bird that I summon with one spell slot.
We're building character. But he's
I was gonna say-
going
you slap him.
Let's be honest. Kenko was the sickly bird that was just a pain in the ass, and then came back
Yeah.
and did some good stuff last
Did some
time.
pretty
Like
cool shit.
threw up in somebody's face.
You know what? Right? Yeah, he's earned a rest.
Yeah.
I'm smoking.
Sebastian, oh god.
Run around a dragon.
I don't know if I trust Sebastian to be on guard. I mean,
I gave him.
we've never
I gave
left him
a-
alone by himself. I feel like he might run away. I don't want that.
I gave
We
him a
left him
stone.
alone by himself for ages with a drake to fly away on.
He ended up.
Look.
Well, last time we left him alone, he ended up in a cage.
I
That's
gave
true.
him. He's not going to end up in a cage. He's got a nice little fluffy coat to keep him warm, and a stone nut that I threw him.
That'll keep him going.
Yeah.
All right. If everybody else is cool taking a sleep, I will sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I trust them anyway. I just think, especially can like nudges if someone tries to like rob us.
And I'm just gonna say to Sebastian, you just keep watch. If you don't, if we get in trouble and you don't wake us up, just remember we'll come for you. Sleep well.
Okay. He looks terrified and nods.
Excellent.
Do we have our own room, or are we just sleeping on top of a tree?
So what
By
she does
myself?
is she leads you to a forked branch system. In the big fork, I mean, these are not your regular trees. These trees are like 100, 120 feet in the air. Thank you very much, Smoothie Milk Penguin, by spending 25 bits for saying, "I'm going to come for you." That was very creepy, being whispered into my headphones as I was describing the sleeping arrangements, but thank you very much.
Come for you.
Exactly.
It's a free one as well.
No, not for free.
Yeah, you can't do it for free.
Sorry.
Establish this. This is why you got to watch Pillow Talk.
This
Are
is
they
our
easy?
brand.
Canon, come on.
Sorry. I didn't say it.
No,
It was just
of
on
course
echo.
Yeah.
Those are just your bits.
Oh.
No. As you were.
My bit's tall.
Well,
Okay,
no,
anyway, so moving on quickly from that, there is this branched system, and you're about 60 to 80 feet in the air at this point, to estimate it. It's forked off, and it looks less like a house and more like a nest. So it's circular in nature, and they've built all these twigs, branches, leaves, whatever they can kind of get their hands on that will stick together, and made a combination of, like, it's a bit tacky to the touch, so you don't know if it's like tree sap or some kind of oil that they've found or tapped into to stick everything together, and then they've layered it all with more branches and leaves and stuff like that, but you're basically shoved into this like orbular nest, so it's protected from the top, and there's one entry and one exit to it, and it's big enough to house you all, including Kenko.
let's sleep.
Yeah, and it's even got a flap that's made of stitched up rags at the front, so you can put it down when you want to go to sleep or have some privacy as well.
Just like my bedroom at home.
Yeah, but other than that, it's got no other rooms in it. There's no facilities. You assume that if you have to have any kind of ablutions, you're gonna have to go outside and just wee off the edge of a branch.
One step.
Ablutions.
Ablutions means going to the toilet.
Evolution.
Oh, I never heard that.
Wee wees and poo poos.
Yeah,
Hmm.
pee pee poo poo.
You learn something new
Yeah.
from Tim every day.
Every day's a school day with geography teacher Tim.
It is. Well, I'm going
Since
right
when
to
are
sleep.
ablutions geography?
On beige.
I don't. They never are, unless you do them enough that they form their own like lake or
Oh dear.
dam system.
Mountain.
I
Yeah,
never got that far in geography.
poop mountain
And long rest.
and
long
click.
rest.
Uh,
That's very accurate, though, to the point where you get so tired that you're delirious and you start talking about ablutions.
Absolutely.
That was an accurate conversation.
Yeah. So you all fall asleep to the game of ablutions.
Oh. Oh, that's better.
So yeah, you can all hit that long rest button.
I just went from 10 hit points to 109 hit points, so
Yeah,
I
in just
feel
one click.
invincible right now.
I can't believe how much damage you took. That's insane.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go murder that man who sat on me.
There you go.
Let's plan a revenge attack.
One punch.
That guy or the people that actually tried to kill you.
No, the one who spat on me.
Yeah. Let's go spit on all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and recruit the gnolls.
And go spit on the knolls and murder the spitter.
I just can't wait for Mike to be back on next week. We'll find him and we'll just feed him to her.
Or we can feed them to a black hole.
No, why do we keep going back to that black hole?
Oh, we also left
Because
the black hole
it-
patch there.
Yeah. Well, I think we should definitely take somebody to the black hole that we don't like.
I mean-
Either Contessa or this Knoll, or the guy that spit at Pip. One of those
Sebastian.
three is going in the hole.
Mhm.
Not
Sebastian.
Sebastian's not going in the hole.
So
Sebastian's
probably
going to become. Sebastian is basically King Arthur of our campaign.
Can't
But
I just
one
dip
day-
his foot in?
Yeah, one day he will want to be reunited with the slippers that are in the black hole.
Yeah, I'll pick him up and I'll just say, look, if you put your feet in, you'll be reunited with your sandals, and then he'll come out with no feet.
Why would you do that to him?
That's a cool, unexpected turn there.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, did you cut out there? And that actually wasn't what you said, Josh.
Yeah, sorry, I just blacked out. What
Oh no! Oh, I'm just going through a tunnel.
happened? Sorry.
Just saw rage and.
I am going to take this moment just to kind of reiterate. I know we're kind of familiarizing ourselves with just being saved, we're finding it all out, but we've got to keep in mind, yeah, we want to go back to the black hole, but we also got to go and meet up with the banana jam in
We have
pajamas.
we have what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, today, looking at Aya's arm, it says T minus 266 days.
266.
When,
266.
don't let Tim hear us. When did we leave?
Iris knows. We told Iris to remind us.
Yeah. Iris, how
Hey,
many
Iris.
people our meet?
How long do we have to be at the place we said we were going to be at?
So she wanted 3 10 days, so 30 days. So I responds back. I don't have it set up, so I'm going to have to just do it with my voice and not with the voice mod app. You have 27 days left until you need to meet the Banana
Turning a
Jamanala twins.
We can kill so many people.
Yeah. Got loads of time.
We should find out if Napnar slept, if he slept, and if he ate.
Yeah,
He
we
definitely
should bring him
slept.
flowers.
Did he eat?
Yes.
Napnar.
Okay. You just like violently shake him awake.
Shake the cage. Is he still in the cage?
No.
No, a wild
no.
cat.
I just suddenly
Why
realised that
put
I was
him back in
carrying.
the cage?
I ripped down the cage, which still seems odd that I ripped it down so competently with
You
one
did.
arm. But yeah, I didn't.
He had a
remember- I
ghost
didn't-
arm as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Sorry.
let's rattle his cage to wake him up.
Yeah.
If he's okay.
Today's the day we let you out.
Yeah.
Sebastian, get in.
Today's your birthday. You do. Yeah, he's not in a cage. First of all, second of all, he is asleep and hasn't eaten yet because you've all just started to wake up.
Whoops.
A was the first to rise because I feel that paladins are like the really early morning people.
Yeah.
Aggressively morning, like obnoxiously morning.
Yeah,
people.
you're like
The
you're already
worst kind
cooking
of
something.
people.
You've already like done some DIY for some reason. You've been to
You've
the
done
post
all that
office.
washing.
You've done some shopping. Yeah. You've
Just done a
already, like,
workout.
Yeah, you've been to the gym.
That's why I've got one more strength than Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also take lunchtime naps. So...
No. Oh, thank you very much, Badgers and Spoons, for playing for another 25 bits to play Napnar.
Another one. Just get on with it.
I'm going to give you a little nap, but not all of it because you've got to pay for the rest. Unless you talk to him, then I guess I have to do it. And the second thing I have is when I guess the second early riser. I'm going to do it by strength or constitution. Who cares? I'm in charge. Khalil. It's Chad that wakes up first. Second.
You had me there for a second,
Can you
Otter.
roll a 1d3?
if I must.
Oh, for God's sake.
3.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
Right and early.
D20.
Oh shit. That's what. Oh wait, wrong one.
You got a 22 on a
D20.
I
D20.
got 22. 9.
9. There you go. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
You're gonna have to read this one
Fuck.
Wow.
because you wake up and although you've hit the long rest button, this will affect your long rest.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh
Maybe
no! I
I'll
put that
take a
into
lunchtime
someone
nap.
else's. That's not you. Whoops!
One of us
Who got it? Who
has
got
the
it?
urge to
I
howl
will
at the
delete that from my other chat from my friends.
Wait a minute.
Everyone,
Oh,
there we go. Okay, there we go.
Wait a minute. Does this mean that I?
You
Hold
smell
on.
like shit and you've got no.
Yeah.
Howl at the
I
moon
just
like
get
a
those
dog.
texts from Tim every now and then.
Yeah, did you just call it a sext? I get those sexts from Tim.
Yeah,
every
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
I
get
get
those
those
texts.
texts from Tim all the time. You don't get Tim texts?
You smell of horse manure and you've got no foot. Oh, Tim,
Ooh.
you naughty boy.
Damn it! They literally all saw it before I could delete it, and I deleted it within a minute. All right, whatever.
What do they say, Tim? What do they say?
Cool story, and 3 thumbs up, and a gif of Gandalf saying, "You shall not pass." So all 3 of them saw it.
Nice.
Sorry, Tim.
It's fine. It's my own fault.
I'm texting you a question because I need clearance on this. You can keep talking. I'm
No,
texting
no,
you.
we'll,
I mean, I
we'll sit in
can't. 'cause
silence.
I need to know what you're saying.
Sorry. I hope I sent that to the right person.
Just like a trickle of people being contacted.
Spoopy Muck Penguin said in the chat, I don't know why, but I think Aya isn't a great cook, and I think that's putting it very loosely.
Yeah.
Aya is cooks with rocks and thinks that that's what we'll enjoy.
Exactly. I think like everything she cooks is just really bland,
Mhm.
like protein meals, and like Josh's shitballs.
I am going to show these on
Oh,
stream.
no. Yeah, I mean, Please quantify
Now that you
that.
have it ready.
Yeah.
That's the sort of
Just your shitballs. That's what we
I
have for breakfast.
basically I pass stalls and I collect them, and then at the end of the day I count them and I decide which one's most effective.
Stop
For the
showing
record,
it.
no, sorry. For the record, they're just they're made up of dark chocolate, blueberries, some pitted prunes, some oats, and a little bit of protein.
To be clear, this is before you ate them, right?
Yes,
This is before.
but they don't change
Don't
through the entire digestion tract.
They ferment, and they're fermented protein balls.
Yeah,
and
they're
they're
just
lovely.
slightly smaller.
Gah.
That is also one of.
Okay.
I was just going to say that's also one of the most middle class snacks that I've ever heard of.
Hey, look, I'm on a health kick, all right? I've got a dad bod. I've got another one on the way, and I need to get fit.
What, you got
before
another
that
dad
baby
bod on
comes.
the way?
I'm literally
Two
gonna
dad bods.
dad bod.
Got to die
on
about
top of
now,
a
and
dad
then
bod.
like you're gonna
That's
die,
it.
and then get another dad bod, and then you have to die
Yeah.
after that.
That's it. Hey, I've just had a thought.
You've banked a dad bod.
Parter and Aya cook. Like we can do episodes at some point of us making things.
It's the worst
And
food.
I can actually no, because we'll be banned for me making those protein balls. Here's me on a toilet.
Why?
I'm-
You didn't have to
I'm not.
be.
No,
That's not.
I'm gonna,
That's not
No, you
all.
can just legitimately make them.
I'm gonna stop the poo joke. They're genuinely edible food. They may not look it, but they're genuinely edible food, and they're quite nice. They're instead of my crisps, which I was always eating.
Wow.
I mean, crisps are good.
Yeah, that's why you never ask Aya to make breakfast. That was
She just hands you a packet of discos. There you go.
Oh,
Space Invaders.
discos. Oh.
no. Stick to your shitballs.
Shitballs.
Also, salt and vinegar discos are vegan. FYI.
Nice.
Nice.
So now everyone is back. Wagwan. Khalil. Wagwan.
Was it up to me? Sorry. I
Well-
would like to go find Necken.
Okay.
And also make sure that Sebastian's okay.
Yeah, you exit your nest. You throw back the stitched cloth cover, and you find Sebastian shivering in the early morning dew high up in the tree, still wearing the oversized coat.
Pip, can you touch his face
looking
for me?
like with bloodshot eyes, almost like passing out from exhaustion.
Pip, can you touch his face for me?
Yeah, I just go.
Okay, he's going to roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage rather.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So with disadvantage, he just falls. He falls backwards, but also off the branch. I want everybody to do a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
And Kenko do it as well.
I'm going to say that Kenko is probably a bit too big to like quickly rush through the entrance.
I was
So I'm
thinking
going to
like
say only you three are
Wait,
able
me?
to get out.
Oh, okay. I got
So
a 20.
Parter got a natural 1. Ellie got Pip got a 20 in total, and Aya
I got an 8, so -1.
you got an 8. So
Do I not get to roll?
oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
I got a 20.
Oh, with disadvantage.
Fuck. Shit. Piece of shit. 10. Saving throws have
Oh no, it's a
disadvantage
saving
too?
throw. No, actually, yeah, fair enough. In combination, so you got a 20 and Pip got a 20 as well. So both of you, as Sebastian falls asleep and slips off the branch and down, you just Pip grabs his arm and you grab his leg, and you both just pull him back up onto the branch and then slip him inside the nest.
Silly Sebastian.
There's so much to learn. What is he thinking?
Good job we're here.
I just roll
That's
my
a good thing we're
eyes.
here.
It's like Vulcan nerve pinch him and he falls off a really precarious perch. You're like, what a douchebag.
You silly boy.
Sebastian.
Won't
To
really
Necken.
learn. To Necken.
Tenecan.
You awkwardly like move through the hastily built interconnected branch system of this over-terrain society before you see Necken hobbling about, wrapped in a ramshackle cloak, not in her adventuring gear or travelling gear from yesterday, but just something warm and something that allows her to move a little bit more freely. But she still does have the cane by her side, and she seems to be checking on everybody methodically as she moves through each branch. Each branch is like a road of a town, inside a town.
Again, thank you for deputizing us a year or like 5 days ago, whatever it was, 15 days ago, 50 days ago, 50 days ago.
Sure.
Sorry we missed the call. Our voicemail deleted itself, strangely enough, mysteriously. Who are those assholes? How do we get them out of here? Where are we? And good to see you.
So first things first, I think I need you to make a deception check with disadvantage, of course.
Shit. Well, I got a natural 1.
Okay,
yeah.
And I need you to roll a persuasion check with disadvantage as well.
Boy. Well, 1 and a 2.
Yeah. So like when you get to her, you start talking. You do that thing where you first meet someone, but they're already talking to somebody else, and you just step in between them. So that she's like tending on someone, and she's having this conversation, and you just step in between the two of them, and just start talking down at her. You're obviously lying about the messages deleting themselves, so you kind of just stumble over your words. And then you make a half-hearted apology for not coming soon, and then you start demanding that she tells you what's going on.
Well, I should not be in charge of any sort of checks going forward in general.
He probably feels awkward because he's in the middle of a love triangle, whether the other two people are aware of it or not. And and the truth is, we were inadvertently teleported to the other side of the world, which is, or at least the other side of our known world, which is very small, to the Shatamans. And so we had intended, as much as we ever intended to remember to do anything, to divert people towards Keld, but instead we were kind of kidnapped by pirates. And I know this sounds less realistic than what he said, but it's the actual truth.
So I'm going to say, because of Chad's consecutive faux pas of social interactions, that your group in general has disadvantage on her interaction. So I want you to roll a persuasion check with disadvantage. A 20 and an 18. So both pretty good. So you can see her her knuckles whiten as she grips her cane as Chad is talking to her. Like she's been keeping quite a professional demeanor when interacting with you since your rescue. But as soon as Chad is like, yeah, I mean, it starts like blatantly lying to her, and then like backtracking on his story, and then just like pushing the other guy who was talking to her about like the food shortages they've had in this, and you just pushing him away. You step in and relieve some of the tension in this encounter, and she ignores Chad and turns to you, Aya. She says, I know that as a former adventurer, that sometimes you get sidetracked. I mean, we did pay you to get some hired mercenaries. You did not return, and there was no one for succumbing. The Norls raided the Lurkingwood. We saved as many people as we could on retreated back here. We are having some food shortages and I must request that you give the money back to us so we can pay the local traders for more food that we cannot gather ourselves.
I'm just gonna just decide. Do we have the money, or did we spend it all on?
Pretty sure it went in the
We
black
didn't
hole.
spend it. It went in a black hole.
That's it, yeah.
Can you just kill her now?
No, we can
Pushed her off a branch.
put her to sleep.
Reach across and put my hand on her shoulder.
We can make food or steal food, or we can do something to get them.
Yeah, we will definitely 100% help you, and again, so sorry. Your money is in a black hole, but the good news is that the black hole didn't destroy the entire world. We managed to that, but we did cause the black hole.
By
No,
black
we
hole,
didn't
she
cause
means
the
a
black hole.
savings
That's true.
account.
That's true. We didn't cause a black hole. We
put
did
it-
cause our money to be lost in it, and
What was
for
our
that,
fault?
No, nobody paid us for preventing a black hole from consuming the entire world. Just putting it.
Why would anyone
I
pay
mean,
you for that?
Preemptively.
if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I prevented the world from collapsing from a black hole," I'd be like, "Here, have 5." That's just me.
I believe you. I believe
have to roll
Chad
for
would
it.
say that.
Yeah.
as in summary, money's in a black hole. Black hole wasn't our fault. We saved the world from the black hole, but we owe you help and food. That is definitely the case. How can we help, knowing that the money is definitely lost forever?
She obviously looks a bit crestfallen, but she steels her face within a space of a second. She says, obviously we need the refuge to stay secure, and we need as much food as possible. We don't really have any spellcasters left, so we can't gather any food magically per day. We have as many starving people, but the ground floor, it is far too dangerous. And then when she says dangerous, the guy that was super buff with the long black hair and beard pokes his head out of a nearby hovel and goes, "Yeah! No, not you, dangerous. I think dangerous, not to danger us." And he just goes, "Yeah!"
Is he the one that was only wearing pants?
Yes.
Or is he the one that's typical dangerous?
Yeah.
We killed a dragon person, dragonborn, called Danger Ross. And who's that?
I do not remember you killing the dragonborn called dangerous.
We came into your office. You were getting all antsy. We went and had a fight with a bad dragonborn that was a legendary, and we just pulverized and.
I don't think that wasn't actually called dangerous.
That wasn't dangerous, was it?
We just called it dangerous. She said it was
But
dangerous.
she always referred to her as Dangerous.
And now there's a dangerous.
Oh no, it's the name of the blue dragonborn was called Nebastor.
Oh,
Dangerous.
This is the real dangerous.
Dangerous was somebody
But,
something else.
But no, this man when Keld was attacked by the gnolls, and we all had to step up when the local farmer Ross he put down his farming implements and became one of the protectors of the town and nicknamed himself Danger Ross.
That's
I
amazing.
love him.
pretty cool name. I like him.
He should have been here the whole time because we definitely thought he was. So
Yeah. At this
I
point,
looked
like Danger Ross has been looking at you for a good solid 20 seconds, realizing that nobody actually called him. He just very slowly moves back inside his
love you,
hovel,
dangerous.
and then the sort of leather flap just folds back.
I hope we see him again.
Mayor Nicken, I've got a question about somebody that we helped and I put in a room for a little bit.
We?
They were badly scratched up, possibly by wolves of some sort. Do you know what happened to them?
Roll a history check to do a good recount of.
Then my recount just then wasn't good.
The person that you never saw that I put in my room that I paid for it's anybody
Oh,
that you would not have never attended.
Doesn't
Just
that have
wondering if
vital
anybody
information
was.
about an incoming knoll attack that we didn't warn you about?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure he didn't turn into a knoll or.
So
anything like that.
13, which is I'm not so well with this person that you were talking about. You said there's someone that's been attacked by wolves before you left.
You say wolves, could have been bad case of brambles or something, but he was scratched, and you just wondered if he was okay or whether he died.
Why don't you roll an insight check, Parter?
Insight, it's +5. Come on, this has got to be a good one, right? 16.
Necken will remember this.
No. Just tell us.
She kind of stops talking to you, Parter, and then excuses herself. She says, "There is a food shortage here. If there's anything you can do to protect or supply food to the city, is good. But I need to go and do my rounds. I must go." And she walks off.
Bye.
Anybody else think that was a bit weird?
No, I
Chad,
think
what did you do?
they're well within their rights to hate us.
How can we make it up to them? Maybe we could put on a
Seriously.
dance and a dinner.
Or maybe we could go kill all the gnolls now that we've had a rest.
Just go back and make them have to come and save us again.
We could hang Seb underneath the drake, fly in on the drake, get the gnolls following.
What?
Here's
There's
the
been
thing.
a murder.
Except for the legendary butthole, they all seemed pretty dumb and useless. I'm pretty sure they killed myself and they killed Pip. But if we have the element of surprise or a big hole that we could send them all into,
No.
maybe a big black hole that we could send them all into, then we'd free Keld and we'd basically save the day and still have 250 days to, figure out what's going on with Aya. So
I am on board with killing the gnolls, but I do think that we should leave the black hole alone because we
it doesn't
just
have to be
asking
that
for
black
trouble.
hole. It could be another black hole. I'm sure there's other black holes. How did we get from there to here?
Through a
A
tree.
hole, a tree hole.
What did you
maybe
just call me?
a green hole. I just think that we burned a lot of bridges unintentionally when we deleted all of those messages.
I don't know who.
And maybe if we could undo that by giving Keld back to the Keldonians,
Keldish.
the Keldish, then we'd basically have accomplished the very first task that we set out to do on this whole mission.
Okay, but what if we get killed again and then they have to just come and save us again? I don't think they'll be very appreciative.
I don't think we should go back just yet.
Well, not maybe right this second. Let's find Mike and make sure that she can do some damage. Maybe here's the thing. If it wasn't for the legendary guy coming back early, we would have killed all of those Keldish gnolls. And we were really fucking close. If I hadn't gotten a crit with those 8 gnolls attacking me, I feel like we probably could have taken care of them. I don't think we were that far off of winning back Keld. And
if it wasn't for them nearly killing you, you think we could have killed them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All of us nearly died.
It makes
That's how it
sense.
works.
I think if we go back, we need to have them with us, and it needs to be like a group effort. And I
And
don't
sneak
think they'll come
attack.
with us until sneak attack's good. I don't think they'll come with us until we've fed them and solved some of their issues and don't hate us anymore.
I just want to give a shout out to Spoopy Milk Penguin that also spent another 25 bits to play the sound, "What ho, there's been a murder."
What ho?
Boopy is basically just keeping
Yeah,
us afloat
Spoopy's
on
on
this
being
channel.
on fire tonight.
Soundtrack to this whole campaign.
I think we need to catch up with Napnar in terms of. Well, I want to find out what happens
Well,
to
he
Food
needs
Pals.
he needs food too, right?
Mhm.
We just basically need to bring food to the city, and then we'll be fine.
But Parta has Heroes Feast, right?
Yeah, but it only feeds up to 10.
Let's pick
It's a
our 10
selective-
favourites.
Selective Heroes Feast.
Yeah, the rest can eat each other.
As
So,
we watch.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the 10 favourites are the halfling with the suspender belts that was whistling that you found.
Hang on.
The other one is the auburn-haired elf person that spat at you.
What was that film that was on that streaming channel that rhymes with Betflix that was about? Oh, it's the platform. So it's a bit like the platform. So we're at the top of.
Oh yeah.
We're at the top of a tree.
We're on level 1.
Yeah.
I can create. We're on level 1. Create Heroes Feast. Just send it
Zooms
down the
down,
tree,
yeah.
and then just see what chaos ensues.
Okay, that's a very Parta way of thinking of it.
That is horrific.
Yeah, that film was horrific. It
It was.
was a good film, but
Um,
the concept was horrible.
Can I do that?
Why would
I mean,
you do
you've got
that?
Can I do that?
you've got Tensor's floating disc, so you can kind of
Don't
use
do
Tensor's
that.
floating disc combined
We're
with
trying-
Heroes Feast.
I look at
Use
Chad.
that.
I raise my eyebrows. Be like,
Mm.
And what
We're
is
trying
hold on,
to
what
win
is
them
what is
back.
the end goal of this? Yeah.
Nice.
only the strong survive.
No.
So I go off of the edge of this tree, and everybody just presumably falls.
Oh no, you're standing on Tensor's floating disc, which is covered in food, Heroes Feast, and then you
Great.
spend like 10 seconds at a time at different levels.
Does the disc just get sort of like it shrinks?
This doesn't,
as
no,
I-
but the amount of food does. They just have to grab as much food off of it as possible.
This is
We're not
horrendous.
doing this.
They don't have to
Let's-
make the
let's-
feed like an ordeal for them.
Let's here's an idea. Let's feed some people. Let's find out what they know about the gnolls, and then let's go kill the gnolls. And then you can do whatever sadistic torture routine you want, Potter. I won't stop you.
All right.
We also need to find the Pooch Pals because
Yeah.
they were here.
I do want to know more about this Dangerous. He seems very shirtless.
Didn't we give the money to the Pooch Pals and tell them to do it?
Did we?
I'm pretty sure we did. When you just said
That
Pooch
does
Pals.
ring a bell.
Yeah, the money isn't in a black hole. It's with our little dog friend.
We gave it to some dogs.
Yeah.
Those.
Where are the Pooch
how far
Pals?
away is
Do we
Keld?
have their their Iris phone number?
Well, we might have if somebody didn't delete everything.
We need to. That's another thing we need to get better at is like remembering to ask.
Do we have a
people's
phone?
numbers.
Or just
Maybe
remember
remember.
what happened in general.
Wait, hold on. So for those that haven't watched the episode and myself,
Which is us.
who was in the episode, we gave Pooch Pals, who were warriors who got turned into dogs that we had to polymorph. We gave them a bunch of money to go solve all of our problems, and they ran away.
Yeah, we said we can't do it. We're going to go to the college. If we left it with Napnar's house with the Pooch Pals and asked them to do whatever she asked.
Okay.
But somebody spoke dog.
And they failed both.
Well, clearly they've not done any of
Yeah.
them.
What the fuck were they doing with all of our money?
Let's
They've
go
run
kill
Find
the
those
Pooch Pals.
nuts and throw them into a black hole.
Let's ask Nat
Well,
now what happened to the.
Barely.
Nat now will know what happened to the Pooch Pals.
That's an excellent shout. He will.
Oh, aren't gnolls doggish? I swear to God, if those Pooch Pals turned into gnolls, I'm gonna kill them extra hard.
I think that's quite a.
Tim. Sorry, just quickly, Tim. Spoopy said that you're muted.
I am. I was
How
muted.
long has that been the case?
I don't know.
The whole game.
Yeah, the entire game I've been muted. Sorry about that. I actually genuinely don't know how that happened because that was on OBS and I did not click OBS since we started streaming, so I don't know how that happened.
Name Dangerous.
hmm
We've just been yelling at Tim about dogs losing our
Yeah.
money.
To be fair, I've been mostly just absorbing the information and not giving a lot back.
Yeah.
As we shout at him.
Yeah.
Timothy, give me
The
my money.
dogs have their money.
The chat said it's only been a minute, so. okay.
What I gather from this is that you're going to approach Nabnar in his sort of semi-fugue state and rouse him from his unconsciousness, ask him the questions. Who's going to be doing the main questioning of Nabnar? Who's going to be the voice of your group?
Not me, but I already shook his cage, didn't I?
Hey, he's not in a cage.
It's not in the cage.
You've
I shook a cage.
You shook a cage, but it was not his
Got to be
cage.
A or a Pip, right?
I think Pip
Oh,
is the
Not
best.
me.
I love Napnar. He's my best friend, so I can speak to him.
So he kind of his eyes open, but his eyes are rolled back in his sockets. And then when they roll back, and yeah, exactly like that. Indeed, badges and spoons, Napnar. Thank you for the 25 bits. His eyes roll back and focus on you, Pip. And he reaches up and kind of touches your collar of your vestment, and whispers, "But they are gone."
Where
And
have they
we will
gone?
leave the episode there. And we'll find out what happened to the Pooch Vowels next week on episode 15 of Crit the Bed. So I'd very much like to thank my players, Khalil, Alice, Ellie, and Josh. If you'd like to plug your social media, now is the perfect time to do so.
At Come Hell or High Potter.
Nice.
I'm at ALUCYE.
I
Fuck
have
you,
to
San
say that.
Diego.
I'm at _ Josh Den. And Timothy, where can people find you?
Thank you very much for asking. People can find me at Lord Sumpcase. You can also find Annie at Annie Squirrel. You can find all of us at Crit the Bed. And also thank you very much for Spoopy for fuck you, San Diego. But not in my voice, which I thought it was. That was in Khalil's voice.
They're never going to let me back. I can't go home. Shit.
Absolutely. So we'll see you again this Sunday at the usual time of 7:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time for a bonus Pillow Talk episode, and we'll be back as regular next week on a Tuesday 8 p.m. GMT. So thank you very much for watching. We love you all, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for putting up with our bullshit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thanks very much for all of the
Bye.
bullshit. Bye.